Good afternoon, people. It is Friday, finally, in time for the workday recap. It's about 6:20, 83 degrees out, and humid, which makes it feel even warmer. It's starting to cloud over. We're supposed to get some storms later, I guess. Front moving through or whatever. So that's cool. It's also payday. Yay! Today Gaines was out. He was had some personal business to take care of at home, so I was kind of on my own today. My first call was at the Ameris Bank near my house, and this was to supposedly move 3 PCs. They had some personnel changes. People left, people came in, so they needed some computers moved. And when I got there, I ended up moving 2 computers, hooking them up, moving 2 printers, moving 2 Cisco phones, which are IP phones, so network phones. Got those all hooked up and tested, and they all worked. Then there was one other lady's desk that wasn't working, and it happened to be attached to the jack that I had installed like 8 months ago. Ran the cable through their attic and all that. And the cable that I use to hook up the phone to that jack, and then you hook up the PC into the phone, that cable was one that I made. That way they wouldn't have all this excess cable coiled up, like a 25-foot patch cable or whatever. They didn't need anything quite that long. So basically what happened there was when they moved, somebody was a little bit rough with the disconnecting the old phone, and they actually pulled the wires out of the connector. So when they went to plug in her new phone, or transfer her phone to that location, it would power on, which meant that that pair of wires were connected, but it wouldn't connect to the network. It wouldn't configure the IP address. So I clipped both ends, re-terminated with RJ45s, and let it do its thing, and it worked just fine. She was very happy that she was able to work again. Apparently this guy's in quite a hurry. He had to cut right in front. But why are we going so slow? I have no idea. But anyways, my second call was at Ecolab facility warehouse. It was to repair a printer. The thermistor on the side fan broke. The connector did. So I had to replace that, and the one that they sent me, the housing was too short, so I had to modify it. I had to take that thermistor out of that housing, put it in the old housing so it would fit. And that worked just fine. But when I powered it on, it was still giving a paper jam error, and I noticed the fuser and the toner weren't turning on boot up like it's supposed to. So I looked at the fuser and found out that, hey, this is the wrong fuser. That particular machine has a fuser that looks the same for 4 different models of that type of machine. I had to explain to the end user that each fuser is different, and what the difference was. So yeah, basically I told him he has to get the right fuser for it. And these people are still going really, really, really slow. Anyways, I got back to the shop, and I got Gaines help me with an idea of taking one of our fusers out of the machines we have in the shop that are for sale, and taken it over there and tested my theory, or to show the end user that that's what it is. So I took that over there and plugged it up, and it worked just fine. So he definitely needs the correct type of fuser, and he's going to order that and install it himself. So call done. Second call of the day completed fully. My third call was for a place called B&L Landscape. It was a virus call. Her computer was extremely slow. I ended up loading Malwarebytes and Spybot on there and running a scan. They found, Malwarebytes found 3 issues. Spybot found almost 20 issues and cleaned those up. Those were no problem. Then she had an issue where her desktop icons weren't showing up, so I fixed that. She had I cleaned up her internet browsing cookies, her temporary files, which is very odd. Whenever you use the function under internet options to clean up temporary files, temporary internet files, it never cleans them up, even though it says it does. I always end up having to manually go in to the temporary internet file folder under the user's profile and delete them from there. When I got there, she had almost 100,000 temporary internet files in there that I had to clean up. I got them all out of there, but still, that's a lot. That would have caused slowdown. I ended up removing a couple of programs. She had Google Chrome on there, which she doesn't use, so I removed that. And she also had McAfee Security Plus, or Security Scan Plus loaded, which has a lot of background processes that run and slow down the computer, so I removed that. She was using Malwarebytes now, Spybot, and Microsoft Security Essentials for antivirus. But hour and a half on site, and everything was a lot faster. She was able to print attachments again without having to close the program and restart it, and so she was happy. Then I started driving back, and something burst in the blue car. Basically, I killed the blue car. No, just kidding. One of the water hoses burst, I believe. Either that or the water pump went bad. But I kept overheating, and I ended up getting to the mall parking lot. I shut it off, let it cool down for a little bit, and started driving again. And I got to the Starbucks, where I was able to get some water to put in there, because the fill tank, or the reservoir tank, was empty of water. And I got a little bit further down the road, started overheating again, so I said, you know what, screw this. I called the boss and let him know that I killed the car. It really wasn't my fault, but it's just a joke. But yeah, so his daughters, my immediate boss, the dispatcher, came and got me, and just got back to the shop and picked up my paycheck, and now I'm headed home. Can't wait to get home. I turned the AC on today for the first time for a full day this whole year, since last year actually. So it should feel pretty nice in there. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. I will talk to you later, and if I don't, I'll talk to you tomorrow.